Okay, so we are going to work on part 3 of project 1. We are going to add our search functionality. So if you remember, here's what we did last time. We have a text file which has a few lines of data, names of movies followed by the year, some year, and then here's the code, arrays, and my code is called video list .cpp. Actually, here, let's take a look at, okay, we were breaking it into parts. So the video list.cpp is my whole file. So far you have done part 1 and part 2. Part 1 was menu. Part 2 was to add a video from the user. Okay, so here we go. We are going to copy, or I'm going to say move video part 2.cpp to video part 3.cpp. Okay, so move will just rename it. That's what it's doing. Okay, then I'm going to edit this file and show you where we left off last time. So we have our includes, we have our constant, we have display menu, we have read option to read from the user, we have add video and print video. That's where we left off last time. Okay, now we are going to add search by name. So incremental programming, we want you to write your program in small chunks, not write the whole program and then try to troubleshoot. It's going to be very hard. So we've done part 1 and part 2. Part 1 was just display menu and read option. Part 2 was add video and print list. Now part 3 is to search by name. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, come here, put it here. That's my function prototype, search by name, which means it will let me search by name of the video. That's what I'm going to do here. I am taking my char array, which is a two-dimensional array, as a parameter, and the int array, which is the array of for the year, as a parameter, and the count. Count tells me how many elements are there in the array. Okay, so then we go down here. Let's write the function. Let's copy the function. I have the function written. I'll copy it and then I'll walk through it so you can see what we're doing. So these are all the functions that we already have. Here's my search by name function. So the search by name essentially goes through, I'm going to copy that, go here, all the way to the bottom. I believe that's the bottom of my, then we'll paste it there. Yep, that's the last. Okay, so I pasted it there. Okay, and escape so I can get out of there. Okay, escape here, escape. Okay, search by name. Searches the list of videos to find a video by name. Okay, takes the array and the count as parameters, takes two arrays, takes the arrays and the count as parameters. If it finds a video with the search name, it prints the data. If not, it says video not found. Okay. Okay. Search by name takes three parameters, the two arrays, the two parallel arrays, and a count. So we set a variable, a Boolean variable, to be false. Bool found equals false. We declare a local char array to read the name, the search name. So the user is going to enter a name to search for, right? You're going to tell them enter a movie name and I'll find it. That is what that variable is for, search name. Don't call your variable and your function the same thing. Notice my function says search by name and the local variable says search name. Enter a name to search for, scene.getLine, search name, comma, max car, the syntax to read a char array, which you've been doing so far. Go through, use a for loop, go through the entire array by doing for I equals 0, I less than count, I plus plus. String is what we use to do partial compare. String compare, strcmp will compare the string exactly. But I don't want to have to type the movie name exactly. What I want to be able to do is do a partial compare. So if I type in king, it should bring up any movie names with the word king in it, right? Or if I type in star, it should bring up anything with a star in it. So string, compares the two strings. This video name square bracket I is the string in my array, because notice my array is called video name. See, the char array. So video name square bracket I says that is the name or the title or the name of the movie in the array, and you're comparing that to search name, whatever the user enters. If when you compare that, if it does not return null, then that means it found the name. You set the Boolean variable found to true. You output video name of I, semicolon, video year of I. So you're essentially outputting the data in the same corresponding index because they're parallel arrays. And we are going back, then we have an if. So, but we're not done with the for loop. So the for loop just goes through the whole thing, right? If it finds multiple videos with the same name, it's going to print it all. Then we come out and say, if not found, that means if the Boolean variable was not set, it started out at being false. If it was not set, that means it would still be at false, and then that means there were no videos found. So I'm going to say no videos found. Okay? Now, okay, we go back to the top and we call this function in main. Where would I call it? Right here. If case S, right, I already have my function call. I'm just going to uncomment that line. That's it. So let's save it. Let's build it. Let's take my G+ command, and it will say it doesn't find it because I named it video part 3. And then let's take my executable and say part 3 and run it and build it and run it / part 3. And here are my options. First, let's see if there is anything in my list. There is nothing in my list. So I add, because I haven't put anything in my list. Okay, movie name, some year. I add one more, Happy Feet. You can add whatever you want. Something like that. Add another one, Star Wars 1. Something like that. Okay, now print them. There you go, you get a bunch of movies. Search for them. So if you type in King, it should find The Lion King. Okay, and then you quit. So try it out. You need to be doing this for your Project 1 for your song database.